Hello, welcome to Spy Money. We are with Omar from the Netherlands. Yes, the Netherlands. Spy Money is across the pond. We're everywhere. We have users from all over different countries and so forth. And Omar had got in touch with me a long time ago and was wanting to figure out how that he could trade and do better with his trading and so forth. And Omar, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, um, I think I started trading in December last year. Um, my girlfriend actually, she got me excited because she had a small talk with the neighbor, and he was trading for a couple of years. Um, and she started trading, or at least following a course. Um, so I was watching it, and I found it pretty interesting. Um, so I got NinjaTrader and started to figure out how futures work, how to buy and sell, and what are indicators, especially the basic stuff. Um, um, yeah, just trying to figure out what trading is. Um,
So had you
I
tried
started my
anything before you found me?
um, well, when I figured out the basic stuff about trading, I looked up YouTube, some algorithms and strategies people use, and I saw there were some companies they were leasing or selling different kind of strategies. I tried to. They were okay, but they didn't perform as good as they were promoted actually. Um,
Now, were
and I
they
searched some more.
manual strategies or auto trading bots
Um,
or?
Both. There were strategies you could build with the strategy builder, so you can
Hmm.
rebuild them. And the other one were complete strategies like algorithms that auto traded.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did you end up finding Spy Money?
Um, Actually, once I figured out they weren't working that good, I started to search some more on different auto trading bots. And somehow I ended. I think I used YouTube and I found some of your videos and your instructions on different bots you have. Um, and I think that's the way we got in contact with each other.
Yeah, because you originally started off with leasing SpyBot, and actually, I tell you, you're one of the better back testers that I've ever had, as far as the ones that have approached me with their back testing, and with how you utilize the different time frames and the different bots and so forth. And I think you were when you started off, you were doing the funded account, correct?
Um, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
The first time I used the anti NinjaTrader Live account, and I didn't know actually about the funded accounts and that they existed. I think I found it on your website, and then I started using the funded accounts. I saw you had a lot of different bots, um, so I think I choose one. I think I started off with Super Trend.
yeah, Super Trend's
Um,
what you started on.
Yeah, because I like the U.S. Open, the fast moving market. Um, so the super trend is a good one for that. But there are a lot of settings in it and different chart types and whatever. So indeed, what you said, I started testing a lot of different charts, different settings, trying to optimize them to get the best results in a specific time period. I think you saw all the Excel sheets I sent you.
Yes, it was a lot too, and honestly, with what you did, I mean, you really kind of took it to another level, and it's really kind of funny because I would always adjust settings and this and that, and you come in and you start using the default settings that we don't even use, and you started killing it with the default settings. I thought, who knew? Omar knew,
Yeah,
yeah, yes, and we were
yeah, but
laughing about it. So
yeah, with all the tests, the default settings sometimes came out with the best results. Uh, so yeah, that worked pretty good. So I used Supertrend for a while. Um, on the Discord group, I saw a lot of users using Ranger or Shaker or different kind of bots. So there were a lot of options. Yeah, a lot of things to test and to experiment with.
now with the Super Trend bot in the very beginning, you figured out a way to where you could use the P&L settings in order to the profit and loss settings. where the
Yeah,
bot would either kick out at a loss or kick out at a profit, and you were using that to pass your evaluation accounts. Is that correct?
yeah, yeah. I saw a lot of people that use different kind of bots or strategies, um, and they would blow their funded account or their eval or something, just because they were trading too long or they had a big win and they kept on trading,
Right.
and they lost it all again.
Greed.
Um,
Greedy.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. Well, I blew a couple accounts with the same mindset actually. So I had to build in a kind of limit for myself. Uh, so I think the P&L is an important part of that. Uh, you have to stick to, I don't know, an X amount. You want to win every day, even if the market is good and you want them all. Just yeah, my mindset is just stop. There's going to be a next day tomorrow. If I continue trading, I'm probably going to lose it all. Um, so why should I continue trading if I already made 500 or $1,000? Uh, it's enough
There,
for one day.
yeah, there's a trading saying, live to trade another day. And most
Yeah,
people will not do that. Most people, if they've lost, I mean, typically, if you've lost two in a row, you probably ought to quit. You know,
yeah, that's what I do. Yeah,
yeah. And even like if you, let's say you have a goal. I think your goal was what, $500 a day
yeah, 500.
initially. You know, it's not that now, but initially it was 500 a day. And
Yeah.
so at 500 a day, you know, once you had your P&L settings set to where when it hit that, you would, you know, it would just shut off. So that's really good. And then so,
Yeah, I
you know,
would even
you go ahead.
yeah, I would even close down Ninja Trader just to make sure I wouldn't start trading again because you could I could have had two winning trades and I hit my $500. Um, so I would look at the chart and I would say, well, there are going to be at least two more that I could win, but just to be safe, I would just close down Ninja Trader and switch back to my work.
Yeah. So once you hit your goal and you were doing fine, how many funded accounts did you pass with Spywat? Do you know?
Um, with Supertrend, I think four I passed.
Awesome.
Um, two of them I blew again with my own trading, so I didn't stick to my routine or my own rules.
Right.
Uh, um,
And that happens a
and two of
lot.
them, yeah, yeah. So actually, it's the same trading, but something changes in your mindset when you know it's a live account.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, nothing changes from passing your eval actually. Um, and I changed that now because a live account I trade the same way like I trade my eval.
And
You
that's
don't
what you
have to
should
use
do.
yeah, you don't have to use all the contracts you can use.
Oh
Like
no.
if you do a 50K account, maybe you have 8 contracts or something you can use. I always stick to one or two. Even in my live account, I just stick to one or two contracts. It's enough to pass it and make enough money.
Oh yeah. So in the very beginning, I think you started off with was it Apex you started with?
Yeah, I started off with Apex. Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Do you have live accounts with Apex now?
No, I have two evals that I just started last week with Apex, and I have two live accounts with UProfit.
Okay, you profit. I know when you first came over, I'm thinking you had Apex in the beginning, and then you
Yeah,
switched over to you profit.
yeah.
Out of those two, which one do you actually prefer?
Um, I think Apex is nicer to set up with the website and everything, but UProfit has better rules and their payout system is better. The drawdown system is better
Yeah, I
than
agree
from
with you.
Apex. Um,
Both good
um,
companies, though.
yeah,
Both
both
good.
are good. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
both good companies.
Um, I think Apex has been stunting with their prices the last couple of weeks, so they got a lot of customers.
Right. So once you got through this and you got your evaluations passed and you were using the Super Trim bot, and which we're not showing on the screen right now, but in our YouTube videos and also if you go to the website, you can see the the videos on Super Trend stuff if you just go to SpyBot Auto Trading Bot tab. But once you got through this and you got past, and then you moved on from Super Trend to Shaker, I believe it was, wasn't it? Or was it the Mover?
Yeah,
It's Shaker.
yeah, yeah. First I started using the shaker bot for a while because that one was pretty new. Um, and there were a lot of different bots. So it was kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
over a dozen bots.
yeah, so uh, there's also a lot of things to test and charts to test and whatever.
Yes.
And then I heard a couple of Discord members talking about shaker and mover, especially the combination of those two.
Mm-hmm.
So I started testing with those two actually, and I had pretty good. I still have pretty good results with those two. So I stuck to the manual trading. Yeah, because maybe I get more feeling of control
Right.
um, than using the bots. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
especially with the
pretty
U.S.
good.
Open. I like to trade. I like to trade the Open. Uh, so maybe I'm done in. I hit my goal with 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, then you're in control most of the time, all the time actually.
Okay. So where did you go from here?
Um, well, actually, I started to study the shaker and mover, the combination. I saw some people using different settings, so I was looking for the best setup for my kind of trading actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and once I found that combination, I kind of stuck to it.
Okay. So the combination that you found, and kind of lead up to where we are right now, is the shaker and mover combination, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So with the shaker and mover combination, where um, how did you come up with this? Where did this evolve from? Because the way you're trading it is not the way that I taught it, and the way I taught it was just completely different. And I take it back. Fish, which he uses the Ranger and mover strategy the majority of the time, but he came up with seeing how the mover and shaker crossed, and I'm not sure if you picked up on that from his conversation or if you got this on your own. Tell us a little bit about
No,
that.
yeah, no, I was talking to a couple of people on the Discord group, and they started talking about what Fish said about the cross.
Yeah.
Um, so that's one of the trading moments I'm looking for actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so and there were always also add-ons for people who were trading like retests.
Mm-hmm.
So I also added those. Um, yeah, that's actually the way I trade. So it's the cross and the retest. That's the two I'm use the most.
Gotcha. So take us through it and show us what you do, what you're looking for. I mean, we're looking at your chart
Uh,
now, and you know,
yeah, I'm gonna move it to the open,
now
like the
this was
15.
what day was this?
I think it was Friday. This one,
Okay, so Friday the was that 27th? I think it is
27, I think. Yeah,
May 27, 2022. So the people will know
yeah,
that have watched this a lot later down the road can always go back and look.
yeah. So the open would be around here.
So show us what these indicators are first before you tell us the trade. What are we
Yeah.
looking at?
Um. So this one is the shaker,
Okay.
and this one is the mover.
Okay.
Um. I saw the Jongfab video you posted.
Yeah.
I think she used a pretty high shaker setting.
Yes.
Um, so she trades more on the retest and not as much on the crosses.
Right.
Um, my shaker setting is lower, so I get more crosses actually,
Okay.
and less retest trading.
Gotcha. So you
Uh,
two are using kind of the same strategy but different settings.
Different settings, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, um, One thing we both use is the ATM. Like you said, Fish came up with the cross setup.
Hmm.
Um, I
Which
think
is
someone
really
else.
good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. And I think Yongfab got the retest added. He added that.
Yes.
Um, and I added actually the ATM trailing part.
Yeah.
Um,
That was your strategy that that she
yeah,
uses actually. The ATM
Yeah,
strategy come from you.
yeah, yeah. So that, yeah, we changed it. I think I had a 20 stop,
Hmm.
but I was a bit low for the NQ. I
Yes.
think I had a discussion with you about it, and you told me to use 40, so you have
Yes.
more wriggle room actually, and that works pretty good. Um,
So you're using the 40 stop, and it's
yeah,
a trail stop as well, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I actually switch between two. So I use two contracts. I have one setup that has one profit target with two contracts on it,
Hmm.
and I have a second setup that has two contracts with two profit targets. The first one is at 20 ticks, and the second one is trailing.
Okay. Now, right now, you've got this set on playback, correct? This is not
Yeah,
like, okay. Um, would you care to share your ATM strategy, like open it up to where people can see how you have it set up?
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Because the whole idea of all these videos is really to help everybody learn how to trade better. Using the SpyMoney products, I mean, you kill it daily. I mean, I see your profits, and it's just like you're well over your $500 daily goal every day. And Young
Yeah,
Fab, she is just like, I mean, she's just taking it to a level. I mean, there's one day she made like was it $28,000? I think she made
yeah. She's
using
off the chart.
this. The Queen's what we call her.
She even dethroned you.
Oh yeah, yeah. She killed me. But hey, I'm okay with that. I want to see all of you all making money. That's what Spy Money is about, is helping people get to that next level.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so one of the setups is two contracts. I have a 40 stop, 20 profit, and non-trailing.
Hmm.
So when I see, for instance, a chart like here, I would use the trailing.
Yeah.
On a, when you get the idea, it's gonna go steep. But once it slows down a bit, I would switch to this setup because I know the trailing isn't gonna do too much. The second contract is gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
So I'd rather take a small profit with two contracts and maybe miss the last part, but that's okay. Um, I especially use the trailing part in the beginning of the US open market because you often get a lot of high trends like this or
Yeah.
shorts or something. Yeah,
If you have the trail set up on that and it takes off and reverses, that trail will catch it. Where if you're trying to manually move that, it just doesn't. Now I noticed that you're
no,
using is that a 144 Tech is what you're using?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if the setups. This is the
That's
other
that's
one.
one of my favorite time frames. I love that 144.
Yeah, like I said, I like it when the market moves fast and especially during the open. Um, I trade for 10 minutes maybe and I already have my goal. So I
That's
can do it
awesome.
during my work. I just take a pause, get ready for the
Yeah.
US
Hold
Open,
on, guys.
trade for
I'll be
15
back.
minutes, and then I switch back.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make me a couple $1,000. I'll be right back.
You can call me in 15 minutes. I'll be done.
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then
So this
once
is
you
the
do
second setup.
that, you're done for the day.
Yeah. 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 Especially now because I'm trying to stick to the $500 a day.
Hmm.
Um, but I use it on multiple accounts because I use a trade copier.
Yes.
Um, so maybe I have two or three different accounts. So once I hit the $400, $500, yeah, that's times two or times three. So that's enough, and then I stop.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
So
the trailing ATM strategy you have down there, let's talk about that.
yeah. So I use two contracts. I have two different targets. Every target is a contract. Um, so the first target is on 20 profit. Oh, this actually typo. This should be 20 because it jumps in. So once I get my first target, the stop loss jumps to break even.
Right.
And once it raises 20 ticks again, the stop loss just keeps following it for every tick.
Right.
So it's just going to stay 40 behind the current price. Yeah, and it's going to trail it all the way up.
So when you first enter a trade, you've got one target that hits at 20 ticks, and
Yeah,
then at
for instance,
20
if you
ticks,
enter here,
yeah, then at 20 ticks, you also get a break even plus two. So now your
yeah,
second contract is now 2 ticks into profit.
yeah,
And then once it goes up to 40 ticks from the initial entry, then your trailing stop kicks in and it moves it to your first target of 20
yeah,
ticks. And then from
yeah,
there, every tick that it goes up, it moves with it.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
So for instance, for this trade, like the shaker is green, the mover turns back green. I probably enter here.
Yeah, that's where the entry,
That,
the arrow would pop in right there.
yeah, yeah. So it ended here. Let's say about here is 20 ticks. So I would get my first contract filled.
And you'd be a break
Um,
even there. So your break
yeah,
even
plus two.
would be back.
I do plus two. Yeah, I do the plus two because I cover the commission then for
Hmm.
the two contracts. Yeah, and then the second contract would just move up until it gets stops out here because it drops actually.
Right.
Uh, yeah, a lot of times I would manually close the trade. Um,
Like if it shoots
Once it
way
gets
up, then
around,
you'll just take the money.
yeah, yeah. For instance, like here, this one. So this is the same situation. I would get in probably 20 ticks over here. The trailing would kick in, but then suddenly it drops. You would never be able to react on this drop.
No.
Um, so you would lose this part. So once it goes up and I'm around here, and it's maybe $400, I would just close the trade
Yeah, because
because
you're
yeah,
you're pretty
400.
much at your daily goal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
why
if it's
risk that?
400 or 500, I just stop. I close the trade.
Yeah, because on that red bar, your slippage would be great.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to react on this one, and
No,
it's a lot of uh,
I
so
can't
that's
read that. So what is that?
so it's almost $200.
Okay. Yeah, so
Let's
when that's
see.
pulling back, um,
Yeah,
yeah, you
you
just
you wouldn't be able to manually move your stop or something. It's too
no.
fast.
Now, they give you a pointer here, when that goes up, those two green bars that double top on your
These?
entry, yeah, those two. When you
Yeah,
see that
yeah,
double top and then it pulls back and you'll see that hammer, it's right there. That
yeah,
hammer is bullish, and
yeah,
and when it opens and goes up, but see how we don't break through? We just barely get up there. That's a good
yeah. It's getting
sign to
lower.
just, yeah, that's a good sign that we have exhaustion there and it's getting ready to pull back. So when you
Yeah,
see that, that hammer is a really good indication it's going to go up. But when we don't push through, just have your stop up there and get ready for it. Because,
yeah,
if it goes to pull back, I mean, worst case scenario, you put your stop at the bottom of the hammer, worst case. So that's going to be more profit than, than say the break even. But, and
yeah,
it's, so once you get up there, then, and it starts kind of, hesitating and hovering up there. Of course, I mean, this is lightning fast right now. We're talking, a second or two. I mean, this is not,
yeah.
but like you said, if you just hit close, you can't go wrong. But
No,
that
like,
that would be one thing you could do is just go ahead and get your stop moved up there manually, like I do on Super Trim Bot. I've always got, I
hmm
call it the stop in hand, and just have it in your
mm,
hand, ready to click. And then soon you
yeah,
start seeing that hesitation, just click it, and just, if you get hit and stopped out and it runs, like you did a while ago, you close it out, you took your money because you hit your goal.
yeah,
And that's
yeah. Like you said,
what
this is
time
pretty
is
fast.
that?
You what, the red one or
In
here?
yeah, right anywhere in there. What time is that in the Eastern time? Because you're in the Netherlands, so the times are different.
Ah, okay. So this is 20 seconds past the open.
Okay, so it's, you know you're trading less than 1 minute into this
Yeah,
trade and already hit your goal.
I, I think when the open is over here, so I probably wouldn't have taken this one,
Hmm.
but I would have waited and I would have taken this one. So with this one, I would most definitely hit my daily goal, and this
Yeah.
one ends at 1 minute past the open.
Now, why
So
would you have not
oh,
taken that first one?
um, because the open starts around here, so mostly I wait for the first 30 seconds to a minute to see what happens, which
Yeah.
way the trend is gonna be, um, just to let it cool down for a bit, and I would enter the second one. Because
So,
yeah, from here to here, it's only a minute.
and the reason you didn't take that short is because the shaker's green.
Yes, correct. Yep.
So as long as those bars are over the shaker, you're long only.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's an excellent trade, by the way. I mean, that's using two indicators, and I'm going to make a bundle. I have a bundle with the Young Fab, but I'm going to make one for the the Omar strategy. And so that if you're looking for one, looking to trade the way you are, it's going to be the Omar strategy. Inside that strategy, or inside the purchase, where you're going to have this interview. But I don't give settings out in public. But if you purchase these indicators, I'm going to put your settings, I'm going to put your ATM strategy, all that inside the course. That way people will know exactly what settings you use. And,
Yep.
maybe they can use your strategy over someone else's and make money. And that's really what it's all about. How can we get people to get to the next level, hit their daily goals, learn how to shut it off like you have. I mean, you have been very, very structured in, hit my target, get out, and you're gone before the market makers even have a chance to take that money back. You're already gone. Uh,
Yeah.
I can only count a handful of times over months that you have lost money, at least the ones you've told me. And
Yep.
because some days you lose money, right?
Yeah. You can't win them all. But I notice when I lose money, and sometimes I did blow a evaluation. I noticed that only happens when I don't stick to my $500 rule.
Yeah,
Um, like for instance, when this happens, and I think the trend is still going up, I probably get messed up in this part because I keep trading and I
yeah,
should have stopped over here. So I really try to stick to my $500. If I want to increase this, I just increase it. I just use the trade copier and add an extra account, but still stick to the $500, especially during the open. Yeah, it's easy. Within 5 or 10 minutes, you can make that profit, daily profit.
yeah. And $500. Some people may think that's not much money. Where you live, it's a whole lot of money. And but $500 is over $100,000 a year. It's like
Yeah,
110,000 a year if you hit it every day and was um, traded every single day. The trading days. I think there's 250 days in trading day or 254 or something like that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so $500 is hitting that, but you usually trade two accounts at a time, so you're usually hitting about 1,000 a day, which is about $250,000 a year. That's
yeah.
huge, especially because you've told me where you live and what value of money and stuff like that, and how much people will actually make where you are. So you hitting that is like you're the king.
Yeah,
You're living
I
high
think.
on the
I
hog,
think.
they say.
Yeah, I think that's everywhere. I think people that trade and they want to make money with trading, even if it's a little bit, I think people get distracted by the big numbers and the big amounts. But if you keep it small and simple, it's less risk,
Yeah.
and you can make a lot of money actually within a couple of minutes every day. So if you want to trade or practice or try some stuff, just do it on a simulator, but don't get distracted by I want to have $3,000 a day or something. It's too much, and the risk is too big.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have any idea of what your win percentage is?
I think 4 out of 5 days,
4 out of
actually.
5?
Yeah.
So, what's your max loss per day that you'll
Um,
that you try, your rule that you try to stick to?
yeah, two losses actually, and I think I got 40 ticks, so that's $800
Okay, so
per account.
So if you're doing 4 out of 5, then that's roughly 80% win rate, roughly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
80% is a really good number, Omar. That's very
Yeah.
good. If you can hit 70% or better, you're
Hmm.
a good trader. That's really
Yeah.
what it amounts to. That's kind of like the
Yeah.
standard trading thing. So if you're looking at making, so you're $800, but that's going to be on two accounts, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're really, if we think about one account, you're looking at $400 loss, but your daily profit is $500. Now there's some
Yeah.
days you make more than 500. I've seen it. As far as we're
Yeah.
talking per account, we'll say it that way. So I think I mean, just off the top of my head, I see a lot of numbers, but I'm thinking sometimes I see you up around 1200 in a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the days I'm not sticking to my rules.
Right. Now, out of the days that you don't stick to your rules, how often do you think that you probably should have stuck to the rule? I mean, about percentage
Uh,
wise. I mean, you have any idea? I know it's a guess, but I mean, half the
yeah, I
time,
think
or
no, I think 1 out of 4 actually.
is a bad,
I should have stick.
yeah, one
Yeah,
out of
that's a
four.
bad day.
So probably 25% of the time you end up losing money instead of
Yeah.
making more. Gotcha.
Yep.
And I know that's
Yep.
just a guess that we don't have any factual numbers, but that's good. But still,
Yeah, but
if you're winning, say 75% of the time by not sticking to the rule of stopping at 500, that's still pretty good.
yeah. But the last couple of weeks I'm trying to stick to that rule. And it
Yeah,
works the best.
and that's good money. And one thing you can do, Omar, is if you want to make some more money, you don't have to trade more. You just have to increase the contract. So, if you're consistently hitting your goal, then, if you up it to say 3 contracts instead of two, then you could have like take two at 20 and then let your runner go. And that way you're still
Yep.
getting your initial, 20 ticks out of it. So that would actually help you get to that next level. That's kind of what Fish
Yep.
did. And he had started off micros actually. He wanted to make $300 a day. And then all of a sudden he's making 13,000 in a day. So,
Yeah.
and he did it by starting to scale in and the same way that Young Fab does. She starts off with, a couple contracts and kind of gets her feet wet, gets some money going, and then all of a sudden she's trading 6, 8, 10 contracts. And that's what you do. You start in and, get your a little bit of money going. And like for you, say you get in one trade, and if you feel pretty good about it, maybe you go into the 3 contracts on the next trade. It's real easy to do. Just go up and hit the quantity button, and it will set up your. Well, actually, you'd need to change your ATM because it would
Change the
put,
ATM. Yeah.
yeah, it'd put
Yeah.
2 runners instead of one. But
Yeah.
if you do
But
that, then that would get you to that next level. But you're still trading the same way.
yeah, I could I put an extra ATM setup in it.
Yeah,
Um, with the 3 contracts. But the first way I scaled up was to add the second account, so
yeah.
it would trade 2 accounts at once.
And the reason you do that is because of the drawdown on the account.
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
and less risk actually, because if I do increase the number of accounts and the market turns on me, I will lose more. Um, Actually, because if I drop 40 ticks with 2 accounts or 3 accounts, there's a difference in amount.
Right. So if you took this trade here, you would take that first one. Would you have quit at this point, or did
Yeah, for
you? I
sure.
mean, do you know what you did?
Yeah, I quit. Yeah, I think I had one trade. So for this one, for instance, I would get in here. Um, it would go up, and I would get stopped around here, I guess,
Yeah. And
by
you hit
the
your goal and you're done. So you got your thousand
yeah,
bucks and you're out of there. Actually,
yeah. So
over
this is
that.
three. So this is 330. So it's 2 accounts actually.
So
So
you would be
and I
up
had the first
four.
stop over here.
You'd be $430 per account.
Yeah,
And at that
yeah, and
point,
I get that.
At that
But
point,
it's
you're just kind of done.
it's two contracts actually. So it's two contracts per account.
Right.
So it would be 1,200 or something.
Yeah, I was
So
just
we
talking about per account though.
yeah.
So that's
So it would be so it's two contracts. So it's twice this. So it's about $600.
okay, because
So
you were using the ATM strategy without the trail stop and
yeah,
stuff. Gotcha.
yep,
I'm following you
yep.
now. So you start
So
off
the
you start off
first
with
contract
that.
will be stopped here.
Is that the first one you start off with at ATM?
Um, yeah, especially with in the start of the open,
Mm-hmm.
I would use that one. Yeah, because you often get a lot of trends like this,
Yeah. So
and
your
mostly
initial one, you're going to use the ATM that has the 40 tick initial stop that you have to manually move, and then you're going to have um, the no target really, right?
um,
Open up that ATM strategy that we used here
yeah.
again. So you're going to
No, I don't have to
be
move it. So the first target is going to be a 20 ticks.
mm-hmm,
That's the first contract.
right,
And the second one is going to be a runner. So I just let it. I don't move the. I don't like to move the stop loss, uh, especially during the open because it's pretty fast.
right.
So I just let the ATM and the runner do its stuff.
Okay, so that is $330 on that data,
Yeah,
right? The roller.
yeah,
So that would be
per
four hundred
contract.
and thirty dollars because you only had two
Uh,
contracts total, right?
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Okay, I want to make sure our math is right. So we're looking
yeah,
about over $400. We'll call it that because we don't
yep,
know exactly where you would have stopped out, but
yeah,
so over four
yeah,
hundred dollars per
yeah,
account, and
yes,
so you're up about $800 because you're trading two accounts.
yeah.
So that's really good. Most
So I would stop.
people, yeah, most people would quit their jobs if they could make $300 or $400 a day, and
Yeah,
you're almost triple that.
yep,
So let's do this. I'm gonna throw one at you. We didn't talk about this, but I want you to throw in another day. So just go find another day. That way
yeah,
people don't, and like change your. You can click out your ATM there.
yeah.
Click that out, and then go to data series. Right click your chart and go to data
Oh, yeah.
series. And let's just change our days to 60 days. Now I want you to just scroll back real quick so that we're just finding a day. So if you go down and grab that little bar,
Oh, wrong one. Yeah.
yeah,
A second.
and just move it back real quick and then find the open. I don't know how to do your times. Yeah, something like that. And then
Yeah,
find the
15,
open.
15:30. Looking for it.
Yeah, but you got me so
15:30.
confused on times, it's not funny. I never can remember.
I learned you're the 24-hour system.
Yeah, who knew that Europe doesn't have AM PM?
So I guess this
Uh,
is another day.
so how
Can
would
I
you have
see where
traded
I
this
am?
day?
Can I see where I am? Oh,
Yeah, if you scroll back to the midnight, well, I guess yours shows it midnight from 00 to 0001,
oh yeah, it shows the
and you can
day.
see
Let's
the
see.
day. It doesn't really matter the day; it's just the time. That's all
I
I'm.
think I think I did a reload actually. It's the same, actually the same day. I guess I have to reload the data. It was still on the 27th.
Okay,
It's loading now.
you taught me something there. I didn't know you could do that.
Well, sometimes it refreshes automatically, and sometimes I have to do it manually. I think it's a NinjaTrader issue.
Yeah, it's always our problem though. It's never Ninja Trader. Ninja Trader's never wrong. Yeah, I threw this at you.
Yeah, 60 days. My computer is stressing out now.
If you want to change it to 30, is
Ah,
fine.
it's done.
There you
It's
go.
done. No, it's done.
And then just like scroll back and find just back through
Yeah,
there.
find another one.
Now find the
Yeah,
open. It's still calculating the indicators.
Yeah, it's okay.
It'll pop up here in a minute.
Yeah, like the open is here.
Must be the playback doing that because regular data, it won't take that long.
Okay.
There we go. So
Yeah.
walk us through this. Show us where
Yeah.
the opening is.
Yeah, the open is over here.
Okay.
So as you can see, it starts off a bit choppy. Shaker is green over here. I probably enter over here.
Now, why would you
So
stay there and not that first green arrow?
Well, I actually would open the second bar, but this one is a bit lower. So I wouldn't expect it to pop off too long, actually. So you do get the arrow here. They're both green, but I would like to wait on what this one does. If it would have been bigger, I probably would have entered.
So what you're looking for is not necessarily when the mover arrow pops up, but you want to see what that bar, the next bar does.
What the next bar does, yeah.
So if it breaks over your first one, then you're in.
Yeah, I probably would have entered if it's bigger. Like for instance here.
Yeah.
It's green. This one goes higher, so I would have entered.
Okay, so you wouldn't have actually entered on the bottom of the second bar. You would like go to the right there.
Yeah, I would wait for a second or something to see what this one does.
Okay.
Like it's the open, so it would probably fill up pretty fast.
Right.
Yeah.
And since it never and it pulled back, would you be?
I would have waited.
So would you have just waited until like another signal, or?
Yeah, I waited for another signal.
So you wouldn't have traded any of that in there?
No, I would have started here. So with this one, I probably would have waited till the cross, and then I would have entered.
So why would you have entered there?
So this is also pretty flat and still same height.
Mm-hmm.
But the cross
make your chart bigger where we can see all this bigger on the screen. Like drag it over to the right.
Okay. Let's see. Something like this.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Now we can see it better.
Yeah. So this one is also the same height, so I would hesitate of entering it because it really didn't dive.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have waited, and the cross is 9 of the 10 times a good signal to enter.
So in this particular case, you would have used the cross more so than the mover.
Yeah. So I probably would have entered on.
When we look back at that initial 930 open, we have red candles underneath the shaker, and then we come back up. So I know when Young Fab trades it, she looks at like the retest, and sometimes she'll be trading before the open. I mean, her strategy is 930 to 10, but which is basically the same as yours in the time frame. Well, yours is 930 to 932. But
9:45.
Yeah, I'm just throwing a number.
Yeah.
So when I want people to see, you're going to have losing trades, and in my opinion, on this one right here, the way you're trading it, and I'm trying to get detailed about how you knew not to get in that, and pretty much, let me grab the mouse here. So pretty much, right here would be when that green arrow pops up on the mover. But you would not enter there. You wouldn't be like, quick fly or nothing like that, just ready to pull the trigger until this starts. Like if it opened right here and then started going up, you would probably get in. Like over here, this one opened there, and then when it started going up, your entry would not be actually right there immediately. Your entry would be in here. But on this one here, it wouldn't even be there because you have a red shaker.
A red shaker, yeah. I would have entered during the cross.
Okay, so on this one right here, when that crossed, that would put your entry about right here because this is lagging. And so your entry would probably be about right there, and then you would have got your first trade and done.
Yeah.
Now, when I look at this, I trade lower lows and higher highs and things like that.
Yeah.
This one is actually a higher high than there, but we never broke this. And you can see this right here is a major supply area. You know, it's
Yeah.
coming up and the sellers are really pushing it off. So if you would have taken, and I can barely see,
The ruler.
yeah.
Other line. Yeah.
So if you look right, oh, come on, there. So
Yeah.
if you look right there, you can see, and when you're trading, you can draw these lines. And when you start seeing this keeps on going up, if you
Yeah.
think of order flow, what they're doing is this is where the bears are coming in and selling off, but it will usually come back and retest it, as you can see, to the tick and then
Yeah.
sell off. So if you kind of think of it this way, like when they start selling off, and then when it pulls back, they're protecting their position that they have over here. So they're protecting it, and that will actually allow for a short. If you break over this, then what I
Mm.
would do is wait for it to come down and retest the top of it. And when it turns the mover green, then I would get in. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's see, delete that off of there. So as you can see, this come down, went up, retest, come through, and then finally the exhaustion happened, and then it just took off. So, but
Yeah.
on
But
yours, go ahead.
I would have been done with this first short.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
what I was getting ready to say.
I would have hit my target. So uh, I would close down Ninja Trader. I think I would be extra careful with um, maybe this one or this one because it started off a bit choppy. So
Right.
I would have to have a good confirmation, and yeah, the cross is a good confirmation to enter.
So on this one, let's go back a little bit so we can see it.
Yeah.
As you can see, this is where we sold off right there. We come up, it went over a little bit, but then they sold it off again here. Come up, retested, sold it off again. So if you go back and look at your history, and let's see here, there's one. You can draw this out and pretty much see that that is our trend right there. So,
Yeah.
if you go back and do a little bit more basic charting and you see this, you could actually draw this trend from here off of this one and bring it down and then watch this come right back into it. And as you can
So
see, go
it broke
ahead.
out.
Yeah, you can see right here, we went through, we come back and retested again, and then it took off.
Yeah.
So if you just add a little bit more to your trading and just look for these trends, just add something like that, that will actually help you decide what you should be doing right here.
Yeah. What direction would be?
Yeah, because right here, this is really just accumulation that goes short again. That's all that
Yep.
is. And then we come down, we come up retested. So the shorts come in, and then the bears or the bulls are trying to push it up again. But we've got all the bears up here again, and they immediately just tanked it. And then
Yeah.
right here is where the bulls ended up winning. So with just
Yeah.
two lines right here, we have a trend coming down and a horizontal. This will allow you to find out really kind of what you were looking for. But if you
Yeah.
added this into your trading, then that would help you out a bunch. The
Okay.
main thing
Great.
is I want to see you making millions of dollars. That's what I want to see. I want you to get out of your
You have
five
to
hundred
wait for
dollar funk
a
and
couple of years.
yeah, I want you to go from 500 to 5,000 trading, 10
Maybe next
10
year.
yeah. So I think it's really good your insight that you had and what you're looking at. And one of your main things that you pointed out, which I think is very, very good, and most people think they're better than this, is you notice the chop. So,
Yeah.
you're looking back, and we didn't even go back in to see all this. We were just looking pretty much what you saw right here. And it's not, really that great. And, when you go up here, we didn't break through that one. So let me make this a little bit bigger. So when we didn't break out off the top of this one to go, that was your warning sign that say, this isn't the time yet, so you waited. Now you
I
got to
waited.
think,
Yeah.
this is 30, 31. So we're looking 9 seconds or so here. We're not looking
Yeah,
at minutes. This is a 144 tick and it moves. So when this popped up and immediately pulled down, you're thinking, I'm glad I didn't get in. And
yeah,
then because it retested and come up, since this wasn't the initial mover entry and it's still green, your move is kind of over. And since it didn't really take off,
yeah. I also waited for the next indication with the arrow actually.
yeah,
So it went up, but nothing changed with the arrows or something. So I just waited for the next red arrow and to
yeah,
see what was going to happen with the chart. And the cross appeared, so there was like a double signal to enter.
right. So when you're looking at this, you're not willing to get in the chop because you know that there's going to be another signal somewhere else.
Yeah,
A lot of people want to think that they have to trade 930, and that's just not the case. I mean, you need to wait until the setup is there. And that's
yeah,
where a lot of people struggle is they see the green arrow and they say, well, it's time to go. And they get in here and lose $500.
yeah,
So, and then, when it goes ahead and reverses and comes back up, they're wanting to get in again. And then now their two strikes are out.
yeah,
But being patient like you are, this helps you get in because even if this didn't come down here, if it come down and then just immediately reverse back up and broke over this up here, you know that we're probably going to go long. And
yeah. And the
that's
shaker
what,
would probably change color and end up getting green, so you will
right,
know you were going up.
right. So that's part of being a good trader is just learning how to look at that market and know should I get in or should I not. Now, if we were using the SpyBot mover, because really, this is really a SpyBot mover and not a SpyBot shaker strategy,
Hmm.
because you're really trading the mover, but using the shaker as a filter. If you
Yeah,
were trading the SpyBot, it would have lost right here, and then it would not have picked up this one. It would not have picked up that one, but it would have got this, so you would have got your money right here,
yeah,
and then it would have also. Let's see, right there it would have made money, and it would have made money here, and it would have made money there, and it would have made money there. That's the way the
yeah,
SpotBot mover would have picked up. But by you manually trading, you were able to see the insight here. You were done and out before SpotBot even knew what was going on because of what the SpotBot filters are. So by
yeah.
you,
I would probably not have taken the long all the way down. I would probably have closed it once I hit my goal somewhere 3/4 down.
right, and that's good. You're getting 40% of the trade. You're not looking
Yeah,
to try to get the whole thing. A lot of people
no,
let greed get in the way. You're looking at hitting your goal and being done for the day, and then, like you said, go back to work. Uh,
yeah.
so I think it's great. What um, you've shown us your strategy, how it works, what you do, and it is manually trading, and you're using the shaker and mover combination. Different
Hmm.
settings than what uses. The ATM's a little bit different than hers as well. So it's a little
Yeah.
different, but you both have different goals. You hit your goal and you're done. What do you plan on doing in the future? How do you want to evolve from here?
Um, well, I might use the example you told me about using more contracts, or maybe scaling up with extra accounts under the copier. But mainly, I just want to, yeah, be steady with my trading results. Um, Try to end up positive more and more actually, and see from there what happens.
Right. So let me ask you this question, and you don't have to share this at all. You can just add rather not, and that's fine. We understand completely. But say, in the time that you got your evaluations done and with the live accounts and everything, do you care to share how much money you've made using this?
Um, well, the amount actually not, but yesterday I requested for two accounts the payouts for withdrawals. Those are the first two accounts I actually requested a withdrawal from
Well, that's
to a
awesome.
U profit account.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So now let me ask you this. Did you have you in you profit you can get $8,000 100% free.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
taken that already?
No, I'm between the 2,500 and the 8,000
Okay, gotcha,
amount.
gotcha.
I think if you're going over 8,000, you have to pay more. I think 10 or 20% for you profit.
20%.
Yeah, so I want to stay between those two amounts actually.
Gotcha. Well, I think that is just great. And all the money that you have spent buying indicators, bots, and things like that are actually, you're paying yourself back plus money, and that's really good. You're getting your
Yeah,
money back, and now that's free money.
yeah. I also saw it as a kind of investment because you have to learn a lot and you have to try out a lot of stuff. And yeah, we're both getting, with my girlfriend's also trading, we're both getting the hang of it more and more. Um, yeah, we plan a holiday in August, so we're gonna use the money from the trading to spend it on the holiday.
That is really good. That
That's our
is,
first goal.
yeah, that brings joy. That's great. So, and you're only doing this. I mean, initially, you spent a lot of time in back testing, trying to figure out a strategy, find out what worked for you. I mean, a lot of time. You were really vested into learning how to make this work for you. So,
Yeah,
this didn't come easy. I mean, you put the work in. I saw it. I mean, the conversations we had, the what I saw you doing in the private channel that we had and stuff. I mean, you really spent a lot of time. A lot of people think, well, I'm just going to buy this course and I'm going to be trading making $10,000 tomorrow, and that's not the case. You got to put your
no,
work in. One thing you mentioned earlier is about the simulator account. I advise everybody to do that. Use the sim until you prove yourself consistent, and when you do, go to micros and trade that, which you did as well. You traded micros,
yep,
and
yep,
once you were consistent with that, then you went to a mini and your motions changed again because it was much more money.
yep,
And now you're trading two contracts every day. And you're trading NQ, so that's $2,000 a trade. You feel real comfortable with it. Eventually, I know it won't take long, but you'll get to say three contracts, and then before you know it, you're jumping in, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 20 contracts, over time, that's where you'll be. And then you'll be going from your daily goal from $500 to 5,000 a day. And
yeah.
it's just a matter of time. It's just scaling in, taking your time and doing that. So, but I think it's really great how you have grown. And how long you been with Spy Money? How long you been with us? 4 or 5 months?
Um, 4 months, I think. I started in December with the trading part, and I think in February or something, I joined SpyMoney.
Okay.
Um, I also learned a lot on the private Discord channel you mentioned. There are a lot of good people there, and they have a lot of knowledge. So, and they're, yeah, it's good to learn from those people and share information and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to show that on the screen right now. And what he's talking about, this right here is the SpyBot Auto Trading Bot. This is where he started. And you go down through here, it's got a lot of videos. This one is the super trend. This is me live trading it. And this is where he started. And he has moved on to, like this one here's the super trend um, with it. And I think I have, no, I don't have. There's the mover, I'm showing it, and then down here is where you can click for the lease if you want to do that. The lease is a good place to start if you don't really know anything because you can see all the strategies and then you can play with the different bots and stuff. A lot of people will start off with the lease, learn the strategy, figure out that really all they need to do is manual and switch over to that and not do the lease, and that's what you've done. I don't
Yep.
hide that from anybody. The spy bot is really good for a lot of people. Some people it's not. It does work good for new traders in the sense that they can learn a lot more because there's a lot of live trading or live training videos and so forth in there. Also, one thing he just mentioned was the Discord. A lot of people can't figure out how to get there. So if you're at the home page right here, at the top, there is a Discord logo button. When you click on that, that will open up this. You put in your first name, last name, email, Check that you read the disclaimer. You start your membership, and when you do, it will open up to our free Discord. I don't charge anything for Discord. It's free to anybody. As long as you don't have drama and you're not trying to sell your products, you can stay. But if there's drama, people starting up things, we don't want it. We don't want to hear it. We keep it clean. There is no dirty memes or anything like that in there. We keep everything kind of family oriented. We joke and carry on. I mean, we're not stiff, but we keep it drama free, and that would be a good place for you to start. Even if you don't buy anything, you can join our Discord and see what you think about it. You can talk to other people in there about their trading and what they're using and all this. It's just a really good Discord to chat. Omar is in there as OMAR.M is in Mary. Omar.M. That is his screen name. If you've got questions, you're more welcome to ask in the lobby, and there's always someone there to answer, which is really good. That's one thing about the Discord. A lot of Discords, one, they charge for it, and the second thing is when you get in there, no one wants to help you. But our Discord is I call it a family. I mean, I know most of the people in there. We chat all the time and DMs and different things. So it actually does real well. So you can join that and help you learn, maybe what you need to do. Maybe you're a brand new trader. You don't even know how to spell futures, and you just want to learn more about it. And it's a good place for you to get started to know what direction you need to do, what platforms and so forth. We all use NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader does charge for their platform, but it's actually a good platform. It does have its quirks in there, little glitches like any other platform, but for the most part, it does a really good job. And NinjaTrader support is usually pretty good. We give them crap a lot of times, but they're actually a pretty good company. And if I have anything in the developer side, they're always there to help me and things like that. So I like it. And if you were going to, Omar, if you were, say someone come to you and wanted some advice, what would you tell them to do?
I've had a lot of questions like those the last couple of months from the Discord, and I would just advise them what my experience is. Do a lot of testing, test on the sim account, and don't think you can start a bot and go to sleep and wake up rich.
No,
You have to, yeah, configure it, test it.
finesse it.
Yeah, and even if you let it trade, watch it, see what it does. Maybe you have to stop or move something. Yeah, but I think the bots is a nice way to learn how the trading works, and then you could switch to the indicators or something once you noticed how everything works. But yeah, if anybody has questions, they can always contact me, and I would give them my best advice.
Now you have I don't post it here, but if you contact him, he'll send you a link, and it's an affiliate link. And this affiliate link, if you want to help Omar out and buying some lunch or whatever, make sure you use his affiliate link. And that way, when you buy something on SpyMoney website, he will get a little lunch money. And it's affiliate link. He gets a percentage of it. So, you know, he is gracious enough to do this. He doesn't get paid for it. He don't get anything for it. This is just him wanting to help other people and to share, where he started and where he is now and what his goals are in the future. So he doesn't get anything for it. He's not paid spokesman or nothing like that. So if you want to help him, use his affiliate link. Contact him in the Discord. Send him a private message if you want a DM. Ask him for that affiliate link. If you lease the SpyBot, he's going to get money from that. If you want to buy the indicators, he gets money for that. So a lot of people ask about, well, he's getting paid for this. Well, that is the only way he gets paid. And you have to be the one to do it. It's not anything I do. Also, if you do lease SpyBot, I think that is probably one of the best ways to do it. And I'm going to have a new bot coming out probably by the end of this week. And it's going to be called SpyBot Momentum. No, it's not a momentum indicator, nothing like that. It's something that I come up with that just works incredible. I can't believe the numbers that it's putting out, and the indicator will be out probably, I'm guessing Tuesday or Wednesday this week. And then as soon as I get, know that everything's right with it, I'll build a bot. It'll take about a day or two to build a bot. I will probably release at the end of this coming week, if not the following week. And that will be one that it's not a set and forget it, just like Omar mentioned earlier. You don't get rich off of a bot. It's a way to enter, and once you learn how to utilize that bot to the best, you can do pretty good. A lot of times it's hard to get in a trade because now with the way Omar trades, he only trades 10 seconds a day. So um, but the way he trades, it doesn't take that much time to sit and watch a chart and to enter a trade. So, but a lot of people, they'll trade on higher time frames, and maybe you got to wait for hours to get in a trade, where the bot will just sit there and wait for you. And then when it enters, you'll get the noises that Ninja Trader makes as you enter the trade, and then you can control the bot from there. So, but if you do lease the bot, and let's say that you learn a strategy and you like that strategy, but you just want to trade it manually, well, you buy the indicators. Well, when you buy the indicators with the lease, you get 20% off. So you also get a lot of live training, past recorded videos that we've done that are not seen by anybody else but SpyBot lease people. Also, any training videos I do in the future, you get that as well for free. Sometimes I'll do a little training video and charge a little bit for it. You get those free. There's a lot of perks with the lease. I think that probably the biggest thing is to learn what you want. So you pay the lease. Maybe you only do it one month, and in that month you figure out what you want to do, and then you don't do it anymore. I have people that continue to lease every month and are making money with it and doing very well. The lease is not for everybody, but it's good for a lot. So it's not a definite thing you have to do. So that would help you out. So as far as the way Omar started, he come to us. He was in the SpyBot lease. He learned the strategy, what worked for him, and he thought, I don't really need to pay that money for 5-10 minutes a day. I can manually do this. So he bought the indicators. His girlfriend's got them, and they're utilizing the indicators to work best for them. This is his strategy. On the website, it's going to be the Omar strategy. It's what we're going to call it. And when you click on that, there is going to be a discount when you buy both indicators at the same time. So it saves you $100. And I think this one's, I can't remember the price, but it's $100 less than if you bought them separate. When you buy that strategy inside the course for the indicators, I'm going to supply the settings that Omar uses and his strategy and what he's looking for in just a real quick synopsis of how he trades it. So that would help you out. And this strategy may not work for you, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. It's real easy to do, and you just stick to the rules, and you should make money. And I think that it should help everybody. Omar, I can't thank you enough. You have been a big help.
Thanks.
I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, and I guess I'll be talking to you soon.
Yeah. Is there any last thing you want to add? Anything at all that you might have thought of that we missed?
No, actually there isn't. Nope.
All right. Omar, I appreciate you. And again, ask him in the Discord if you got any questions. Make sure you use his affiliate link. He will supply it gladly to you. And until next time, we will see y'all later.